everybody. Welcome to our April 24th virtual Friday Funnies. We got Seattle in the house. Woo!
ZZ.
Give it up for yourselves, you guys. And then we have Chris Green as the timer. So comments, just remember to pin the video so you can see the timer. And I'm so excited about tonight. We have a great lineup. I love you guys so much. All of you combined, giving you a big virtual hug, coming at ya. Did you feel it? So yesterday I went to the park and there was this guy, even though he was wearing a mask, he was kind of lurky. So I just started coughing. And I just went like this, and then I was like, if he comes any closer, I'm just gonna go. I've really been thinking about this a lot. How long does one have to be divorced to where your marriage doesn't even count? I've been married so long ago, and I'm older now, I basically forgot I was even married. And I want to check this single box.
Yeah, forget that shit.
I want to check this single box. But the divorce is right next to it. And I can't lie. I can't lie and say I'm single because, well, I'm single, but I'm divorced. And I have a guilt complex the size of Trump's ego.
That's pretty big.
I feel guilty even when I have nothing to feel guilty about.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's because you're a woman.
I feel guilty that I was even born sometimes. Because I was a middle child, the only girl. And it really sucks when you find out you're the only girl, but you're not a daddy's girl.
Oh, shit. Join the club.
Yeah, right? So, and I think I feel guilty all the time because I was Jewish in a past life. My name, Keisha, is actually from Keziah, which comes from the book of Job. But the Old Testament was so violent. Like, I tried to reread it recently for like the third time, but all the killings and violence I had to go to the New Testament. So then I was thinking, wow, wonder how the Bible would have been written if there were vegans at the time. Like, pick a passage and turn it into a vegan passage. How would that roll? I have to put an example there, I know. Okay, so I need a man. I really do, but I've decided I need more of a man GF, a man girlfriend.
They don't exist.
Like a man who can balance my checkbook, style my hair, work on my wardrobe. You know, like a life handyman without the sex.
You're gonna be alone.
You get married again.
Married a gay man.
Exactly. I know, right? I like a metro anyway, so I like them clean. And especially after this, I am going to be I got rid of my germophobism, but now it's like out full force, like all of us now. It's like, ah! You know, if someone even sneezes, it's like an earthquake. You know, it's just, get away. But anyway, so I kind of digressed on that. I have a blue thing. Do you want to hear my blue joke?
Yeah.
This is an old one.
Yeah.
Men always want sex from women. I mean, unless you're gay. But, and I was just like, I got to the point where like, why don't we just get porto pussies?
Yo.
You can just put it in the refrigerator, the freezer, and take it out, put it in the microwave, and then, you know, because they hate it when we talk anyway. So there you go. All right, that's it for me, you guys. All right. I'm going to keep this rolling with Ro Della Grazie. She's
Woo.
a very funny lady.
Ro.
She's a mom of two. She always has funny tales to tell. And she's also a very good host. So you may have seen her at one of the shows that I've done. So put your hands together for Ro Della Grazie.
Woo! Ro! Oh my God! Hi!
Whoa.
I just went. Hi! I just went outside to check my laundry. I don't have anything planned. Hey everybody! Hi! I'm just and some of you haven't seen me in a while. So yes, Diana, I had 2 kids since you last saw me. I think last time you saw me, I was at your Dino's show, and I had this. I brought this guy with me. That's how long ago it was when I was single, and that was the one I met in the alley. Do you remember him? Dan, you remember when I was at your show last, your husband's show, and I met a guy in the alley, and I brought him there, and he heckled all the comics? Do you remember that?
Which
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, I didn't end up going out with him again. Because he had his ex-girlfriend's name tattooed on his arm, and he decided to cover it with another tattoo of bullet holes.
Ew.
To say, and the reason why I never went out with him again, because on our second date, which was your show, when we were getting dropped off, he said, "No, I think I could fall in love with you." And I was like, "Oh no, no, we don't say things like that on the second date unless we're on the Titanic or we're in a terrorist attack or we're on a bus that can't go under 50." I didn't go out with him again, but he so now so I got married and I have kids and you know, Keisha, I know dealing with comics, I've dealt with a lot of comics, done comedy a long time. I've done comedy on a bus. I have to go to the Morongo. I've done comedy in a wrestling ring. And you know, as that sounds like a really great gig, but they don't want to do comedy at a wrestling match. They want wrestling. So when they announced the comics, they booed us, but we still went out because that's what we do. And I started doing my set like a normal person, right? And at one point I said, you know, does anybody have a screwed up family? I have a screwed up family. And a woman yells, "That's your fault." I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sally, it's you know I've been in the trenches, so I'm just saying a Zoom show isn't crazy. So yeah, I have a 3.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and I never knew that your attitude could be transferred into a tiny human being that you make, because I didn't even know toddlers knew how to like be sarcastic, but they learned. Like I'm like, maybe it's for me. I said to him the other day, hey, like my husband said to him, hey, you're gonna stay in your bed. That's it. This is how it goes, you know. And he looked at us and he goes, okay. What? What do you? And then, just like yesterday, I said to him, hey, no. I said, no. And he goes, whatever. What? I'm sorry. Where did you learn whatever? And how did you know where to appropriately put it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how he learned to, react in the appropriate sarcastic way. So I think I'm killing it with parenthood, obviously. So it's going great. I hear somebody in the laundry room. They're gonna kill me. We live in Sherman Oaks. The pandemic, the quarantine, all that. I'm trying to look for the positives. Because my mother-in-law was like, "What are you grateful for?" And I was like, I don't know. So I'm trying to make my gratitude list. I'm grateful that I'm gonna try and dye my hair, and my husband's 6'7", so we can get the top that I miss. Like Yeah. He's probably gonna be high when I do it, so I don't know if it'll come out in spots. But you know what? I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for, that I didn't have to find parking tonight. Wearing pants right now that have a stained smashed banana on them, but you guys don't know that. And that I'm gonna do my laundry in between comics. So you're getting that's what I'm doing this pandemic. A lot of people, I see a lot of people, I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna bake bread. And I was like, what the fuck, bake bread? I don't have time to I'm trying to keep toddlers alive. What the fuck am I gonna bake waffles? Oh, it's so easy. Oh, really? Yes, so easy. If I had all the fucking time in the world, and I'm glad that I'm not bored, but the thing is, I am surrounded by, as some of you know, last week, my daughter took a shit on the carpet.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that was fun. And
Watch out.
yeah, and yeah, John, I'm in that phase. And I had her undiapered, and then she crawled in and spread it all around, and I didn't notice it till many minutes later when I was covered in shit. And then my husband stepped in it, and he almost died. And then I had to throw away books because it was just shit in a bunch of books. And I was like, well, we're not cleaning these. You know what? I got a minute left, but I will say, some people are like, hey, your daughter poops in the tub. Just be glad that it's poop nuggets. And I'm like, you're right. I could really sift those out. And then she had a blowout in the tub. And I don't know if you've ever seen a baby have a blowout in the tub, but it just kind of rises like a volcano of shit.
Oh shit.
And I thought that wasn't bad. But then guess what? When they shit on the carpet, well, I'd prefer the tub.
We have a winner.
You're right. So I don't know if you had that with your kids, but mine are definitely in the shitting in the tub phase. So I've got a lot of, and then my son said to me today, he said, I'm dramatic, not me, him. And I was like, well, that's from your father. So we're handling that. I'm very, I will say, I'm going to wrap it up with, I didn't realize that, I don't know if it's my age of turning 42 in July or the pandemic, but I was really proud that I scored 12 rolls of paper towels at Target. And that was like my night. I was like, we are okay. We are okay. In fact, I came home and I used a paper towel that I didn't even need because that's how good we are. How my week is going. So thank you guys.
Great.
Thank you, Ro.
Excellent. Good job, bro.
Woo, Ro.
Every time you talk about children and poop, it reminds me of the time when I was teaching preschool and we were all in circle and I saw this little boy and all of a sudden his eyes went like this.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden he started getting red. And then I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Eric, are you okay? And he's like, I have to go poo. And I go, ah! So I take him, I run him into the bathroom, I pull down his pants, and he exploded everywhere. I almost threw up. I had to get in there. I'm like, what are you doing feeding sushi to children on a weeknight? You feed your kids sushi on Friday or Saturday. You do not drop and dash and feed them sushi on a school night. Oh my God. All right, with that being said, I'm going to bring up our next comic. Her name is Megan Cordero. Let's give her, she's an actress turned comedian who has been seen on CBS Logo. Woo! As well as in many film festivals and PSAs. So this is her first time here tonight. So let's give Megan.
Megan.
Thanks. Hey guys. So when I was 18, I cut my hair really short and I told my mom I felt like a 12-year-old boy. Oh no! is my baby girl transgender? Oh, oh, this son, he got his girlfriend pregnant out of wedlock. And my middle daughter, oh, she spent some time in a psych ward. But if my baby girl wants to be my baby boy, oh, that might be the most heartbreaking. Oh, dear Lord,
Red balloon.
please let my baby girl find a nice man to fall in love with to remind her that she is a girl. Thank you, Lord. A few years down the line, I did meet a guy and fall in love with him. But he quickly cheated on me and broke my heart. Oh, my bunso is heartbroken. I must tell the entire extended family so that I can cheer her up. I know that she did this because not a day after telling my mom, I got a text from my cousin that a picture of her baby for no context given there. A few months later, I had a friend with benefits that I told my mom I was casually dating. What does that mean? Do you just stare at each other all day? I don't get. Years down the line again, I finally found a guy who I could settle down with. And let me tell you, I feel like a puppy when it comes to my boyfriend. I heard him coming home from walking the dog one time, and my butt started shaking like a dog waggling its tail. Oh, my bunso has a boyfriend, and he is so handsome and kind. Oh, and he knows jujitsu, so he can protect my bunso. Oh, thank you, Lord, for answering my prayers. Oh, she's growing her hair out long again, too. Thank you, Lord, for answering my prayers. Little does she know, the length of my hair does not change the fact that I am bisexual, okay? And if she judges people based on their hair, why did she vote for that? But I love my mom. Really, I do. I mean, I have to. She pays for all my bills. I do love my mom. Speaking of things that I love, John Legend and Kelly Clarkson came out with a new version of "Baby It's Cold Outside" last year, and it's a great song. It really updates it, makes it less rapey, but comments on the fact that she still lives with her parents, but he doesn't live, he's a famous singer. He doesn't live in today's economy and like pandemic, and he doesn't have to worry about paying his bills. Speaking of which, does anybody need an actor or a writer for the project that pays? Don't worry, I have a day job that I've been working for 4 hours or less a week since January. Don't worry. My boyfriend's dad is a federal judge who lets me live with them and pays for all our food and cooks for us. I'm an adult. I bet you can't guess how old I am. Well, I'm in my early 30s, and guess what? I hate it. I thought I was oily before, but now I'm like drenched in oil. Ugh. Maybe because I only bathe once a week. But I used to get away with that in my 20s. Now I'm just always drenched, and I can't just put on extra deodorant. It just slips right off, and even right after I take a shower. And guess what, you guys are so special. I showered for you for the second time this week. But my coworker was not kidding when going into your 30s is your second puberty. And just like my first puberty, I am totally self-conscious about all the things happening in my body that are changing, like this belly that I'm so glad you can't see that I now have. It's like mocking me, like, hey, Megan, remember exercise? Last time I visited my sister, she said, are you expecting? You know, you've let go when the pants you bought for when you started gaining weight no longer fit you anymore. My loose sleep shirts are now tight on me. Ugh. And I feel like I've learned about a new disease every month since I've entered my 30s. First, I had a chlamydia scare, and so thank God that I just now know I have rheumatoid arthritis. Then I thought I had thyroid cancer, but it turns out my thyroid's just not functioning properly. My latest scare was that I had 2 nodules found in my breast. But thank God I got the biopsy results a couple weeks ago or 1 week ago. I don't know. Time just runs together these days. And they came back benign. And
Yay.
they said to ice every 20 minutes on and off. But I just wanted to ice it for like 2 weeks straight. Yeah. It hurt that much. It still hurts. And maybe, and I'm using the alcohol as my pain remedy. So thank you guys. You've been lovely.
Right.
Thank you. Up there in Seattle. How cool is that? Well, I'm gonna just keep this rolling. I got a call from SA Ballet. She's not feeling well tonight, so we're very sad. But we have a fill-in. Her name is Rosa Mendoza. She's the housekeeper.
Rosa.
She's a housekeeper to the stars. And so, Rosa, I'm
Rosa
Mendoza.
welcome. Let's give her a
Hello. So nice to be here. I'm so happy. I brought my cocktail. I hope you have a cocktail. As you see, I drank most of it already. So I'm feeling very happy. Fiesta time. Pandemic fiesta. Okay. So, yes, I am Rosa Mendoza, housekeeper to the stars. And I have a lot of experience in my time. I have worked for some of the most famous people in the world. And oh, do I have stories to tell you about a few of them. Oh my God, those people. They're very nice, but they're crazy, you know? They're just crazy. But, so, the first one I want to tell you about, Elvis Presley. Oh, yeah. Elvis Presley. I worked for him in his house in Graceland. That's right. And his wife, Priscilla. Oh, my God, she's so beautiful. And he is so handsome. Oh, my God. So you look at him and your heart just goes. Like, it stops, actually. It stops. And I almost had a fly in my mouth because I was looking at him like, how can anyone be so gorgeous? Oh, my God. And no plastic surgery. Oh, handsome. Little hair dye, but no plastic surgery. So I worked for him. And one night, Miss Priscilla, she come up to me and she goes, Rosa Mendoza? I said, yes, that is me. She said, I would like you to help me make dinner for everybody. Everybody's coming over tonight, so I'd like you to help me make some food, some Mexican food. I said, oh, I can do that, Miss Priscilla, because I am Mexican. I know, I am a very good cook. So I said, what do you want to cook? She says, I would like to make a frito pie. Frito pie. Frito pie is not Mexican. Frito pie is a chip. Fritos are chips. You eat them with dip. Salsa, cream cheese, but it's not a Mexican food. but I don't want to embarrass her because she tries so hard. She never cooks nothing. Always has her nails perfect, everything perfect. So I go, okay, Miss Priscilla, I help you with the pie. So we make the Priscilla frito pie. And it comes out very good, I have to tell you. Oh my God. And of course, you know, all the people that work for Elvis, they're all white people. So what the hell do they know about Mexican food, especially in Memphis, Tennessee? I think tortillas come in cans. So we sit down, well, they sit down because I don't sit down with them, but I sit down and there is no more frito pie at the end of the whole night. These old white people, they ate the whole frito pie. I couldn't believe it. But I must tell you, it was very tasty, but he's not Mexican. And Mr. Elvis, he's very nice. Oh, and you know who else I worked for? Not the king, but the boss. I worked for Rick Springsteen, the boss. Oh, he was very sexy. Very sexy. Ricky Springsteen. You didn't get that? Can you say Ricky Springsteen, the boss? So he was very nice. But he had all kinds of children. He had 3 children. He wasn't very fun to work for. His wife was always crying, drinking. She was on the road all the time. She was with the kids. And you know, white women, they decide that they are not married the minute they have children. That's what happened. I have to take care of all of them all by myself. And I'm a housekeeper, yes, but I am a cook and a housekeeper. I'm not a babysitter. Now, so I worked for the king, I worked for the boss, but I'll tell you about someone I worked for. King of Kings, Lord of Lords, El Señor. Do you know who I'm talking about, El Señor?
No.
God. I work for God. No, God sees all and hears all. He knows everything. He can make anything possible. He took me up to heaven, and I was cooking in his kitchen. But oh my God, he never took off his chanclas. He would come in the house, in and out with those chanclas and those dirty feet all the time. He's a nice man, very nice man, very good manners. But then he'd bring all his friends, John and Tom and Saul and Peter. Oh, Peter, he was messy. Oh, and he had such a scrunchy beard. Oh, no, it was like a dog. So I had to quit that job. So right now, I am between gigs, and I am helping out Miss Essay while she has a little problem with her house. We are cooking, and we are in the pandemic, and we are sheltering right here in place. So thank you very much for accepting me in place of Miss Essay, because she's very funny. I am just a housekeeper. But one thing I want to tell you before I go. Oh, you got COVID. Someone coughing. Oh, you better get some Lysol. But I want to tell you, you take it for a housekeeping professional, which I am, Rosa Mendoza, housekeeper to the stars. Lysol is not the flu remedy. Okay? I love that President Trump. He's so funny. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hey, Dino, how are you? Welcome. Oh my God, I can't wait to bring up our next. Thank you for filling in for S.A. Ballet. Tell her I hope you feel
Esther. Rosa, I like you, Rosa.
Yeah,
Rosa Mendoza.
Yeah,
Rosa.
To you. To the stars. Seattle loves you too. Yay.
Yay.
Woo,
Rosa.
We're rolling. The next comic, he's a really funny comic. He was in Miss Congeniality and the movie, he was with 15 Minutes with De Niro, and he's been on the Tonight Show. Put your hands together for the very funny John DeFresco.
Yeah.
How we doing, everybody? Thank you, Keisha, for the nice intro, and thank you to all the other comedians doing a good job. My name is John DeResta, and I am married 31 years. Just came up on 31 years. Yeah. Yeah, actually, my wife is, well, she's out in the car. 31 years is a long time. I could have killed her and been out of prison already. No, 31 years. 31 years went it went quick. It felt like 31 minutes underwater. We got married in Hawaii 31 years ago, over in Hawaii, all the way up on the side of Diamond Head Mountain. And I should have jumped off right there. On our honeymoon, my wife got pregnant. On our first anniversary, my wife got pregnant. On our second anniversary, we took separate vacations. My wife got pregnant. And let me get one thing out of the way. I'm not retarded. I'm from Long Island. This is a Long Island accent. Everyone always out here in LA, I get it once a day. Hey, wait, what's up, fucker? Where you from? Boston? Fucker? From Boston. And when you're from New York or Long Island, your only reaction is, if you say that again, I'll kick you in the vagina. No, Long Island, it's a Long Island accent. And a lot of famous people from Long Island. Oh, I forgot to I tell the guy, Boston, I go, Boston people talk funny. I don't know, I missed the whole time.
All right, whatever.
We're good, moving on. A lot of famous people from Long Island. You have Rosie O'Donnell, Howard Stern, Kevin James, a lot of people. Eddie Murphy from Long Island. Twisted Sister is from Long Island. I love Twisted Sister. I'm a huge Twisted Sister fan. I admit it. I'm such a huge Twisted Sister fan. I was lucky enough to marry a woman that looks exactly like Dee Schneider. And she's not going to take it anymore. All right, I kind of, you know what, the pandemic, is it me? I don't know. This might sound mean. Every day I see the update from our governor in California, Newsom, and there's a sign language person. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It seems like there's more people that can get annoyed by the sign language than there's people that need the sign language. And I mean that with all due respect. We have Long Island Sign Language. You guys know what it is, right?
North Hollywood.
Yep, Pangul.
North Hollywood.
Remember that growing up? Yeah, now I live in North Hollywood. I don't want to brag. It's Brooklyn with palm trees. Country. This red balloon looks like it lives in North Hollywood. That's how sad it is. North Hollywood is the only place on earth where you see like a 60-year-old Mexican man riding a kid's tricycle. No one cares. The tricycle has ape hangers. You ever see ape hangers? This is motorcycle handlebars. I used to be Now I'm in the storeroom in my rental house in North Hollywood. I rent. I'm only 55 years old. You ever notice in North Hollywood people get a little more funky looking as you go north into the valley?
Oh, true.
Oh, shit.
Ventura Boulevard, nice hair, tan, nice breasts, everything. And you get to Victory Boulevard, everyone has like a little hint in their giddy up. See a few window lickers on the inside of the bus, Victory and Lancashire.
True.
Every bus stop in North Hollywood has a tongue chewer. don't you?
Oh gosh.
And then if you keep going north, you get to Sherman Way, and everyone's handcuffed to a shopping cart naked. They're headed to the Ha Ha Cafe open mic.
Oh gosh.
$5, 5 minutes. Right? Like a Coney Island prostitute. That's where stand-up comedy is. It's $5, 5 minutes. $10, 10 minutes. I look at my old notebook, and I used to actually make money as a comedian. And right before this pandemic, it's like, it's just a tough business. You guys know that. You know what I mean? It's tough. And now I'm home. I'm married 31 years. Now I'm home every day. You know what I mean? 31 years, and we're home. You know what I mean? But now, I mean, think about it. It's we run out of shit to talk about. I'm reciting old 80s Bon Jovi songs as if it's a conversation. My wife asked me, how was your day? Because I work at a workshop. She says, how was your day at the workshop? I go, I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride. You know what I mean? I'm wanted. Dead or alive. I mean, how was your day? And she said, babe, tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. You get it? Like, see, this might be the last set I ever do, just to let you guys know. The storage room. I'm in the storage room. Look, there's my prop. Uncle Festa. Remember Uncle Festa? All right. That's it? How much time do I have? How do I do it on time?
Oh, you're done.
20 minutes.
Wrap it up.
I'm good. I'm done. If I'm done, I thank you 100%. Thank you, guys. It's all good.
Thanks,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Good job.
My ex-husband was from Long Island, and when we'd get into fights, he got his accent taken out. And then when we'd get into a fight, he would start talking in his Long Island accent. I would just start laughing. And that would make matters so much worse. So we're divorced now, and I found out my ex-husband got remarried on Facebook.
Oh, shit.
And then I found out on Instagram he got divorced again. I'm just waiting for Twitter to tell me he's gay. And when I called my dad to tell him my ex got divorced again, he said, well, now we know it wasn't you. That's my dad. That's why I've had 2 therapists for the last 3 decades. Anyway, I'm very excited to bring up our next comic. I love her. We go way back. Oh my goodness. Sally, we go back like, I don't know, probably like 18 years ago, I think is when I met you first. And you still have she still has a hot body. She's a very funny host and headliner as well. And you can check her out on the Porn Mom podcast. So guys, give her some love. It's her first time here with us on Funny. Sally Mullen, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. I've written some jokes about COVID, and I tell myself, like, write as many as you can because you'll be able to do them again in November. Has anybody else been struggling with their drinking during the quarantine?
Yes.
I see. Yes, I see. Rosa Mendoza. It's so hard to spray your hands with alcohol all the time and not just do a shot. Just take the bottle and kick it back. Full on Kitty Dukakis.
Kitty Dukakis.
You're old enough to know who Kitty Dukakis is. You're probably an alcoholic.
Oh, shit.
And if you don't know who Kitty Dukakis is, ask an alcoholic. Ask the one.
Oh.
If you're here, you're probably an alcoholic. Yeah, I have been trying to take care of myself, but the other day I woke up and I felt bad and I said, is this COVID-19 or menopause 51? I've also heard that a lot of people quit showering, so I have to ask you this.
Yeah.
Where do you cry?
Yeah.
I cry all the time. I watch the news, and then I get in the shower. I don't even have COVID like that person coughing, but I cry.
Well, whoever that is coughing has COVID, and they've had it since January.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of people who say they had COVID last year. I call them like COVID by proxy. I'm like, no, you didn't have COVID. You had a bad childhood. I watch the news and I want to cry, and that's because I'm an empath, and that means that I'm a really good friend until you meet me. That's the punchline. Do I have to have a Long Island accent to get laughs on the show?
Hey-o.
Well, like 6 weeks ago, everything was cool. I was a host. I was hosting a bunch of shows around town. I'm shaking hands. Nobody's afraid of me because they know I'm too broke to have just gotten off a cruise. And then, damn, you know, we're on like serious freaking lockdown and everything has changed. I would never just get into a car with a guy now unless you were wearing a mask. That's good. That's good. I feel like some of my COVID jokes are peaking.
Woo!
Awesome.
I knew that herd immunity shit was not going to fly. No way are we going to just like let it into the population, because people in America, they love their grandparents. I mean, people my age will be crying, you know, because their grandpa died. And I'm like, wow, well, who was he? Nosferatu?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they're struggling.
Wait, is that Shay?
I've been lucky enough to make more money during the pandemic because I'm doing phone sex. If anybody wants to get involved, I will get them a referral.
How much?
Pretty cool. You guys can do it too, all right? It's no time to be sexist, trans people, guys, whatever. This is totally cool. It's phone sex. You can be whatever you want. I specialize in small penis humiliation. It's $1.50 a set. The guy is always, he sends you a picture of his guy. It's $1.50.
His guy.
And he asks you shit about his guy. He's like, would you be embarrassed if you were my girlfriend? Would you be upset? Should I be ashamed? And I just text back, yes. $1.50. So you know what? Stop worrying about your small business. Start worrying about small penis. Let me give you a referral link. It's to Sexed Panther. Any age is okay. It's not Sexed Cougar. So I think that these Zoom mics are pretty cool. Like, I'm into it, but some people are like way fucking into it, you know? This one girl I know is doing a Zoom mic and she says, hey, I just want to get people better. And what better way to do that than comedy? I don't know, medicine? Or just drugs? Does anybody still think 2020 is still gonna be their year? You still think 2020 is gonna be your year? You're a serial killer. Hey, what time am I at? I ran the light on a Zoom mic last night. Asshole twice in a row. Do I have a minute?
Yeah.
So I will tell you guys, Sally Mullins 818. I'm out in the West Valley. I do good amount of porn for a woman my age. I do a little older chick porn. Some people call it granny porn. I'm what's known in the business as a GILF. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Don't ask on it, you know? If you're watching porn with a woman my age, you should actually feel good about it because she really wants to be there. Nobody's saying a woman my age to be in porn, you know? A woman my age in porn, she's not getting back at her family, she's getting back at porn. It's also a lot of interracial porn, you know. I get to work with a lot of cute young brothers. I'm on that website. It's called My Grandma's Not Racist. The one thing I want to be clear is I'm not your person. Like, I still have to do the phone sex. Porn doesn't make you the money porn used to make you. It used to get you like a car and a condo. Now it just gets stared at in Trader Joe's. Sometimes a wink. I'm actually more famous for comedy than I am for porn. Like, sometimes when you see my porn on Pornhub, you read the comments and someone will say, "Hey, I saw that lady at the Comedy Store." Her porn is funny. So what I'm saying is, if you've seen my porn, you may be watching too much porn.
Oh my God.
No judgment. No judgment. I don't want to blame the Valley, all right? I don't want people to think the Valley got me into porn. But it just made it easier. Because every house in the Valley is either a porn
Valley
shoot
Glen.
or a sober living facility or a psychic. Feel free to come to Winnetka anytime. I live in the West Valley. Winnetka is 45 minutes from everything. But I will not be moving to Hollywood anytime soon because I'm the best looking person in Winnetka. But I wanted to talk about something else. Yeah, porn, phone sex. Not gonna lie, seems like it's a pretty liberal crowd. I also do a little bit of escorting. Okay.
Who?
I know I don't
Escorting.
look like what you think of as an escort. I look like the wife of a guy who's gonna bust him with an escort. So whenever I go into a hotel to meet my client, I always pull this shit where I'm like, oh, where are the elevators? Send me upstairs. They're like, someone's gonna get it. But there's always a guy at the desk who's like, hey, I saw that bitch on Pornhub. At the Comedy Store. All right, hey, before I go, I just want to say that for sure I am going to be voting Biden 2020 all the way for a lot of reasons, but one of the very important ones is I would rather be groped than grabbed.
He won't remember it.
Awesome. Good job,
Don't fucking remember it, and I'll let it slide too. Great, man. I'm so happy to be sweating it out. going through menopause and a pandemic with some Zoom shows. Give it up for Keisha Norton and Tip.
Keisha. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Nice
so
pick
much.
ass.
Give it up for
Thanks,
Sarah,
Keisha.
everybody.
And
Yay.
buy something from her. I buy my book from her.
And thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Sally, you're hilarious. By the way, Sally's going to be the host of my birthday show next week. So everybody's got to join in because we're going to have fun. And I'm so excited and looking forward to that. So I'm going to bring up the next comic. I apologize. I sort of spazzed. I am spitzing over here, having a hot flash. And I passed over one of my really dear friends. And I'm really sorry, Tracy. But sometimes
okay,
that happens on a live Zoom show. Sally, good job on just picking
Sorry,
up
I
and
was-
rolling with it. I appreciate that. And I did text you, but my text erased. But anyway, I want to everyone show this woman some love. She's hilarious. She's kind of like my comedic life coach, girl coach, everything coach, and I just love her. She's hilarious.
Oh.
Put your hands together for Tracy Esposito.
Tracy!
You know when you're in trouble when I'm your life coach. So John's from Long Island. I'm from Staten Island. It's a nice borough. We have no murders, just missing people. 2 laughs. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Thanks, Susan.
I got to talk a little bit about the COVID-19. You know what's going on. Is someone cleaning out their closet? Can you put it on pause? Someone digging a grave right now? Oh, shit. Put them in the refrigerator. Okay. No, well, I got when this shit broke out, I said to my boyfriend, can you get me a mask? I don't know where to get a mask. He says, I'll bring you an N95. I said, please, no guns. Just give me a fucking mask. Oh, God. I went to the bank today. I went to the bank, and I had the mask on, and I'm like sneezing under the mask, and I had to, like, hide the sneeze because this old guy was looking at me with his wheelchair. I thought he was going to run me over. Oh, God. You know, these old people jump on you. Listen, these masks are getting ridiculous. I'm online at Trader Joe's for an hour. I got a guy in front of me with a mask from Jurassic Park. Like he's dressed as an I mean, and he's trying to have a conversation to me about his stimulus check. And I said, listen, sir, I'm not talking to a Rectosaurus right now, okay? Take your fucking mask off and I'll have a conversation with you. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm like, look, unless Steven Spielberg comes over here, we're having a conversation. You know, take your mask off. I mean, come on with the dinosaur. Give me a break. The one lady had a whole romaine lettuce on her face. A whole lettuce with 2 eyes, romaine lettuce leaf, and she comes up to me. She's like, "Where's the apple?" I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Where's the fucking lettuce, bitch? You took the lettuce and you put it on your face." I mean, I looked at her. I said, "This is romaine." Oh, did someone flush? All right, flush your toilet. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, someone flushed. Okay, look at that guy. He's ready to go on. He got the fucking curtain and everything ready. Okay, buddy. I'm moving along, okay? I'm moving along. Oh, God. Romaine lettuce on her face. Oh, bitch. I said, did you clean that? It's romaine. You can get sick. My father keeps sneaking out. I have an 86-year-old father that keeps sneaking out during this epidemic all the time. He goes, I went fishing. I didn't catch anything. I said, even the fucking fish aren't coming out. I lost a year. He goes, I lost a year. I lost a year of my life. I can't go out. I lost a year. I said, welcome to my world. Listen, so I was, when you go into the market today, you're very stressed. You got the gloves, you got the mask. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm grabbing shit. I'm putting it in the basket. Another lady comes up to me with this mask and she goes, are we on the north side of the store or the south side? I said, lady, do I look like I know north or south? I mean, I said, text him and tell him you buy the eggs. I don't know north. Get out of here. Just text your husband, say I buy the eggs, you son of a bitch. Oh my God. North or south? I don't know that shit. Make her right. Right, make her right. Now listen, I want to tell you something. This is very personal. I trust everyone on here, but I went on a Zoom 12-step meeting. I'm not an alcoholic, but I go for it. You know, It's for you when you love alcoholics and you don't want to control them. All right, Diane. All right, Diane. Call the ER. Is Diane blowing her nose in her mask? All right. Okay.
Yo.
Killing me.
No, but you know what? I went on. Someone says, Tracy, do you want to lead the meeting? Do you want us to talk about your experience, strength, and hope at this this Zoom meeting? I said, oh shit, I got to do my hair. Okay, I'll do it. I do it, and you're very vulnerable when you share on Zoom. You're very vulnerable. I'm talking about my family. I said my mother died at a young age. She abandoned me. I'm crying. All of a sudden, I look up and I see Hitler coming towards me in 3D with a knife. We got bombed. We got fucking bombed. I said, holy shit, I ran under the table. I said, this is bullshit. You had to be there. They were reciting the Serenity Prayer, you know? My boyfriend said, good job, right? Good job. No, I can't. It's got to be Hitler. No, I looked up. I thought it was Reza from Shahs of Sunset. I saw the little mustache. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even open up vulnerable. You're getting bombed on fucking Zoom. The only time I get to speak and curl my hair. So dating sucks in this epidemic here. I have a boyfriend here. Every Saturday, he goes, where do you want to go tonight? The couch or the kitchen? All right, big spender. Start cooking your fish. Okay, all right. Yeah. Oh, you guys are nice. No, what was I going to say? So I reach out to my family. I said, hey, you guys, I want to know how they're doing in New York because it's rough over there. You know what I mean? I call my sister. I said, how's it going? She goes, we're fucking dropping like flies over here. Okay. We're all fucking dumb. We're all gonna die. Hot? Is it Governor Cuomo hot? Yeah, he's not my fucking type. Don't put that in your act because he's not my fucking type. You don't need to put him in his act. He's not my type. I was like, all right. You know what? They are hardcore over there. They are just like, we are dropping like flies. Well, I have a minute left. I'm timing this shit. Okay, I'm timing this shit because I can't see any lights. I'm not Helen Keller. All right, I am Helen Keller. All right, no, Diane, you're the best. I got a nephew. I reached out to my nephew. I said, I love you. I changed your diaper. You know what he says? I gotta go. I got DoorDash at the door. I said, okay. Not funny. Yeah, you guys are great. Oh, there we go. Someone's constipated. All right. Someone goes, Tracy, how come we don't see you on Zoom at these 12-step meetings? Because I'm cooking, I'm eating, I'm on the toilet. Like, I don't care. Whatever. Okay, that's another story. So I'm going to end with, what can I say? My father, so my sister, you really like my sister, right? She just says, you know what? Every time I call, I said, how's it going over there? She goes, it's not a pretty picture. Not a fucking pretty picture. And this is before the epidemic. How's it going over there? Happy birthday. It's not a fucking pretty picture. When it was snowing, when I love calling, and when it snows, I go, how's it going? This is bullshit. I'm no polar bear. Fuck this shit. How much is a house in Sherman Oaks? I said, oh, please. No, Diane, you're the best. No, listen, I want you to know I tried my 12-step meeting. It needs some work, but I'll definitely work on it. But thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the it really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Yo, Tracy!
Good job, world. You guys, this is a great show. I just want to say thank you so much for your donations to everybody who donated. That's so helpful. I'm so excited that Chip agreed to be our headliner for tonight. He's the winner of Arizona's Big Pine Comedy Festivals in 2019 Best of Best. Put your hands together and welcome the very funny Chip Nicholson, everybody.
Thank you. What is up, y'all? All right, so before I continue, now I know you said not to talk about the audience and stuff, but I gotta get one thing off my chest. First of all, Sally, two things on it. Sally. Okay, so I was taking notes. You said Pornhub, GILF. What was the site? What was it? Is she still here? You said, what was it? You said you were a young black man, right? Okay, what was that site? And I will say this last thing before I get into my shit. Who is it? It's Susan Tell. Okay,
yes.
Like, every time, look, like we're all having a great time, but every time she laughs, I freak the fuck out because her plane pops up. And I'm so conditioned to fear when I see that balloon. every time Susan's like we're all laughing, like, and then Susan Tell laughs. I'm like, oh shit. And now you guys you can't unsee that now. You cannot unsee that now.
Oh, he's funny, Chip.
Man, I didn't take this whole Corona thing seriously when it first started. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know to take it seriously. I didn't take it seriously until I watched Joe Rogan. That's when I actually started taking it seriously because he had an expert on, and the expert, he was saying nothing but bad shit. It was just like, this is terrible, and that's terrible, and this is gonna happen. And Joe Rogan was like, okay, all right, but you know what? Like in a moment of like clarity for him, for us, he was just like, hey, like, I mean, do we have any type of like grasp on this issue? And the expert looks at him and he goes, yes. And I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. And the expert goes, we have no grasp on this issue. And I was like, what the fuck? And then the expert goes on to say, he was like, have you ever tried to catch wind? I was like, catch wind? What did he just say? Have you ever tried to catch wind? You mean there's no hope, expert? There's no hope. Like, God. I had no idea to take it seriously. And then they were talking about like all the things you needed and stuff and how to prepare and everything. And like they were talking about like your emergency kit. I'm poor, first of all. Like I don't make a lot of money. You know, so they were telling everybody, they were like, all right, for your emergency kit, you need to get canned goods and some rice. A lot of this stuff is gonna be very, very low priced, okay? It's gonna be in the low price section of the supermarket, all right? So you can get all this stuff. They're basically telling you like a canned food drive. And I'm just like, okay, for my emergency kit, and I opened up my pantry. It's my entire goddamn pantry. Like my entire pantry is a goddamn like I can't, so fucking poor. And that's another thing. That's like they were warning everyone, like when all this first started, they were warning everyone about not gaining the COVID-19, right? Oh, be wary of the COVID-19. Don't gain those 19 pounds. And okay, look, like that's just mind-boggling to me, okay? Because like, look, if you are getting fatter in the apocalypse, you doing the apocalypse wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not. What the hell are you doing? Like, this is a time of preservation, and you just being a gluttonous Greek god, just with toga paper towel togas and shit, and just eating grapes and taking baths with sanitizer. What are you doing out here? Look. I'm not fat shaming or anything like that. If you came into this big and come out of it big, cool. I'm down with you, man. But like, this is my thing, all right? Like right now, we are all, it's almost like we're a caravan right now. Like all of us, we're in a caravan crossing the desert, right? We're in a caravan crossing the desert, and we have some resources that we need to hold on to because people are about to die. You're going to lose some family, some legs, some lungs. Shit's going to happen across the desert, right? If we get across the desert and fucking Karen is fatter than she started, we're going to have a couple questions, ain't we? Where the fuck you find the food, Karen? Fuck you find that food. God dang, man. I'm with this mask. This mask is nuts. So let's see if do I have it on me right here? I got a cool mask. It's dope. I don't have, here it is. Ha ha ha. My friend made it for me. Check it out. I know, right? And I love that mask. I love having it on. And it's just like, I love going outside and having the mask on because, like, you know, I just like inside it feels good, like knowing that white people are scared of me because of Rona and not because I'm about to rob they fucking ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like a progression of time. It's changed out there. It's completely changed. Like even greetings have changed. I've realized I've changed. I've noticed that. Like when I go outside, I've realized like greetings, like back the fuck up is the new good morning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, back the fuck up. Oh, back the fuck up to you too. Six distance. This is crazy, man. I'm kind of. It's weird that we've gone this long in the lockdown because I mean, as humans, like in general, after you're in something for a while, you get used to it, right? I feel like a lot of us are starting to get used to this, and it's scary because girls are thirsty as fuck right now. Like it is insane. Like the horny levels are through the roof, and I'm scared. I'm scared to get out of lockdown because we're gonna be haunted by horny when we get out. Worse.
Haunted by horny.
Oh my God! Can you imagine that shit? We're just gonna be outside. It's gonna be like we're walking down just like an alleyway, just a dark alleyway. All of a sudden, it's gonna be like Jason. People are just gonna haunt us. Give me that dick. Excuse me. Hello, is anyone there? Dick, now. Excuse me. Hello? Can I help you? It's gonna be scary, man. It's gonna be fucking scary. I think and honestly, that's one thing I have been listening to is like, cause like a lot of girls are talking about that, about like even when they were having sex, like guys don't know how to like please, or at least like guys aren't doing it right, which hurts, you know. Like to hear. But I mean, like, but it was weird because they kept saying that guys would just have sex for the end, right? Like you see, like they would just want to come, and that doesn't, like, I don't know. For me, I'm this way. I know like most of the dudes on here are probably this way, but like I don't go to Disneyland to exit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not. I'm here to enjoy myself. Who are these dudes? Who are these fucking dudes that are just like, I know all the men on here are the same way, but I mean, I have sex like a cooking show judge. Like I present it and I look at it and I eat the different, comment on the spices and the flavors, where it came from, compliment the chefs. And then I'm sad when it's over. I'm sad. It's always, because it always comes so fast. She's always like, I'm like, you came? Oh, I gotta go. Damn it. And then it's over. It's just fucking over. I mean, my ex, she treated the relationship like her diet, you know, hella cheat days. I'm from San Diego, and I'm also from see at the green light. I'm also from Alabama. Yeah. Birmingham,
Roll
Alabama.
Tide.
Nah, not Roll Tide, War Eagle.
Oh,
War
never
Eagle.
mind.
Yeah, Auburn.
Auburn.
Oh, yeah.
It's just because like, and I had like, making that transition was very weird for me, just from San Diego as a child, like, because I moved at 12 to Alabama at 12. That was really weird transition, but I did make a lot of friends. And one of my friends is like best friend, Jeffrey Jones, white guy, But one day we were riding along in his truck, and he was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to know, like, I mean, we're best friends, right?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, man." He was like, "All right, yeah, right. So I just want to know, man, you know, like, when can I say the N-word?" And I was like, "Fuck." Like I'm like 14 at this point. I'm like, that's a heavy conversation right now, dog. Like, I don't. But I was like, in that moment, because I had heard this before from like different things, and I was just like, you can only say it in this, Jeff. You can only say it in a song. And he was like, all right, bet. Turns on country. I was like, no, not that song. All right, I got the red light. I want to do more, but I can't. I gotta go. Okay, bye.
This is so sad.
So funny. Good job, Chip. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
let's give everyone, I'm going to do gallery view. Let's give
love
our
Gumby.
a good hand. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
And hopefully next week for my birthday show, there's going to be awards. Okay, so yeah, so you want to be on next week, okay? 7:30, same information, but I always send it out anyway. But you know, even if just come on, jump on. We're gonna have fun. Sally's gonna be the host next week, and I'm off duty. Chris is gonna be the timer. Give it up for Chris for being the timer.
Thank you, Chris.
You're the best.
It's so much better because doing everything and the time and it's too much. So
Yeah.
thank you, Chris. I so appreciate that.
Fuck
Thanks
yeah.
to all the comics. I love you all. Thanks to our audience. And just
Thank
stay
you.
safe and wear those masks
Right.
and just have safe sex and have fun. And I love you all. And thank you for Seattle. Woo! Give it up for Seattle, everybody. And thank you,
Woo!
Joe.
ZZ.
All righty. Take care, you guys.
Thanks, Keisha. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Good night.
Gracias.
So much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Wait, do we?